we're going live.
Three,
And we have
2,
gone
1.
live. We are now live. The live going has occurred. We have gone live.
Nice.
Hello, everyone.
What are we
I
going to
hope you're
talk
ready for a
about
depressing
today?
stream.
Hello,
Actually, hang
welcome
on.
to the fucking street live stream, the Thursday evening live stream for people who are desperate enough to, you know.
I mean, if you're after the desperate
Come on here.
quotas, what you should do is get a VTuber avatar.
Yeah,
Oh, I
then,
should do that. It's just
yeah.
me. It's a deep fake, but it's me.
Cell shade a deep fake and see what the results are.
Yeah.
Deep fake. Nice.
Fucking deep fake myself onto myself to disguise my own identity. Somebody
I
made
really
one of
hope.
those.
Wait, really?
But yeah, there's a while back, MDev did a whole bunch of like just a whole menu of fucking these guys.
Damn, son. I missed out.
Okay, so today I do gotta say this because I found a new favored beverage.
Oh no.
Tyskie Radler. Tyskie is I think a Polish beer. It might be Czech. I'm pretty sure it's Polish. That I have been a big fan of for a while. It's one of the few. I think it is a pilsner. I'm not sure if it certainly tastes like a pilsner. Okay. Well, Radler is the German word for shandy. I think that's what you call it over in Bongland. And thus far, my favorite shandy type thing was the Gösser Naturradler. It was an Austrian thing with really some nice not orange juice, lemon juice. But this one is even better because it has like a really nice, not necessarily bitterness to it, but it tastes like beer, but it has this summery Radler freshness that I really appreciate and like about Radler. So. Yeah, that's.
I've got no clue because genuinely I don't drink, so No offense, but
nobody drink anymore. Incredible.
Hot take on
Too
this.
expensive.
I think it's parents who give a bad image of drinking.
Mm-hmm.
My
and so
mother
when
did not need
kids
to
see
utter a
they're like,
single word.
"Ooh,
for me
I
to
don't want to
come
become that," so they
conclusion.
just
I
stop
had to
drinking
watch her.
altogether, right? Or they just don't drink as much as you would see normally for kids who that age, I guess.
I feel like a lot of young people these days don't do the same amount of drugs you're supposed to when you're young. We don't get drunk as much as
For
we
that
should.
one though, I would say so. To me, it's like they don't want to because either it's too much a hassle or it's just I don't know. I think mostly because this is my experience, personally speaking. But my parents kind of put me off drinking, especially my dad.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is like I'm always kind of weirded out when people are, like fucking. If you don't drink, you're not cool. That is an insane idea to me. Which is like, no, it's just like a personal choice. You know?
Yeah.
It's. I mean, the what? Let's read this Shapiro thing real quick. Let's try to get in Shapiro voice. My red pill moment came about when I turned 7 years old. My mom caught me at our bird feeder. She said, "Ben, are you eating bird seed again? I told you that food is for the birds, but the birds hadn't done anything to deserve it. We paid for it. I think of this moment every day. I think of this moment every time I eat my seeds, and it enrages me." God damn, what the fuck? There's a lot of text today.
Yeah. The last one's a bit of a doomer one, so don't necessarily read it, but just yeah.
This is very.
When we get to it.
Read this. But I was saying something. Yeah, and it's the same. Like, even if you do drink, there's gonna be people who say, "Oh, what do you mean you don't get blackout drunk to the extent where you need to go to the fucking hospital?" What a terrible person you are. It's like, no, I just don't want to do it. I mean, I did last year. I did like on. It must have been like a year ago now, in like fucking. The summer solstice. I got so fucking drunk that I spent like half an hour just vomiting into the sea.
Ugh. God, that must be horrible.
Yeah, and then it was like it was just like 1 a.m. I got out of that place, right, and I went on the bus, and I knew I'm about to vomit, right? I knew it was happening. I'm like, I can't stop myself. And I just got out at the next stop, and I wasn't even fully outside the bus when I already was vomiting into my mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up.
And I know for a fact though that I don't think people are slowing down on drugs. I think they're holding off on drugs because I've met a lot of people who either do drugs that are sort of in the weird zone, you know, like cannabis over in the UK right now, which is sort of weird, where it's part of it is legally obtainable medically speaking, but
Is it?
not true. And partially, I think I need to read up on this, but don't Freeze, don't do this, Freeze, don't do this to me. But yeah, I think you can get some, but it has to be for specific types of illnesses. So it's not like, I don't know how it works in America, but you know,
imagine this fucking island might legalize
like
fucking marijuana, but at the same time ban porn.
You know, just for painkillers or something. I don't know.
Sometimes I get nervous on airplanes. That's the code phrase. Well, so what I have found is that, I mean, alcohol, I do know a lot of people who drink alcohol, and maybe this is a German thing, but they don't, like, smoke weed. They get blackout drunk, but then they'll go, yeah, but weed is dangerous. It's like, I'm sorry, what? That shit, like, alcohol is one of the harshest drugs that you can get.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
I do know, and
it seems more stronger to get. I had a joke here, and it's fucking gone because I'm flying.
No, but for drugs specifically, it's in a weird place here in England where I think people are trying to hold off doing drugs because they'll know at some point will get legalized. Like specifically because I've seen also a lot of people who like smoke cannabis, but I've seen people go like, I would smoke cannabis, but it's currently illegal, so I won't. But I will if it's legalized.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, yes, I feel like that is a tactic. But also at the same time, it's not gonna get legalized. There's just the people who are in power are too conservative. The tobacco lobbies are too powerful. Until tobacco itself has decided to invest in that, in which case it will be legalized in a way. Like the way they try to do it in Ohio, and the way that it is happening in large parts of the United States right now, where basically they waited until these big companies had the infrastructure set up to theoretically grow it, and then they make like legislation so all like the growers that try to go legal, they're so drowned in red tape that they essentially can't do it. And so just to make sure that the same massive tobacco companies that used to be the ones blocking any kind of legalization by instilling fear in religious people, as you do,
We've all done it.
are now the ones who get to profit. Chris, you are rather quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh boy, now you are because when I say you are rather quiet, it's because I am turning you up.
Ah, sorry, no, it was
Yeah.
because I was speaking
Away
quietly.
from the microphone.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
Oh,
Might
can I
be.
do this one? Hang on, Burger. Listen here, you lefty cunts. If all my sister, then how come I eat vindaloo with bars every Friday?
I've never had vindaloo. There's I need to ask my friend because here's a little secret. Actually, I think I've told this story on Fast Food Thursday before. In my city, there isn't super much in terms of restaurant variety. You can get shit, but the real good shit, the real good ethnic cuisines, you don't find them at like the Mexican food or the Indian food section of like the delivery service website. You find though, you have to know which pizza places have like chefs from those countries because they will have the good food that's like, if um it's like Indian food and Mexican food. I wanted to order one place that apparently had very good Mexican food, but I don't know if they went bankrupt or something. One of my favorite fucking dinner places went bankrupt apparently. So thank you, coronavirus, and also government that was too incompetent to actually help small businesses and instead pumped billions upon billions of dollars into massive corporations that did not need it.
If small businesses didn't want to be small businesses,
You're welcome.
then it should have just
Should have
become
grown
big.
into bigger
That's
businesses.
true, actually. Yeah, that. You know what though? I rescind my statement.
Yeah.
Oh, this picture I just posted is so funny.
It is what basically happened every time.
Hughes just
Honestly,
shrug.
If anyone deserves to conquer the entirety of humanity once and for all,
Christ.
it's the Jews.
This is a nice one. Because fucking.
Oh, so I think we can do better.
That's the spirit, Brady. Always trying to one up your ancestors' achievements.
I love the
I mean,
funniest bit about
right.
this is that I'm pretty sure Discord is an Israeli company. Like I'm like 90% sure that they at least because I read something about like so the D, at least in the old design of Discord, looks like the Hebrew letter P. So it's essentially called Pisscord. And the people who run it definitely know this. I'm going to look this up now. I don't want to make any false claims in the current political climate about what is and what isn't Israeli.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
This kind of has like Ancient Aliens vibes, though.
Yeah, developer Microsoft Corporation. I don't think so. It doesn't say what country it is from.
The other thought, right, that YouTube,
Yeah.
if they attempted to buy a media platform,
Let's
could
start this
delist-
again.
they could delist.
Wait, you ready, boys? For another round?
What is happening?
Oh, we don't surf in the land of chitters, rattlesnakes, and alligators.
Barbarian, don't talk about things that aren't so.
You didn't sing along.
Exactly.
Be big sad now.
Still trying to find out where Discord is from.
I think it's just American because one of my friends works. I'm gonna say here because we are technically in Discord. And she was in San Fran.
It's Jewish.
If Google wanted to buy someone out that was like solely like a tech-based company, They could delist them to drop the price and value, and then buy them out when it drops.
That is true.
Lowest
They
point.
could do that, but the Better Business Bureau. Actually, I'm not sure that that's the correct institution. But some kind of antitrust institution in the United States would find that to be very unfunny. In a, hello, we are now going to sue you for very big money kind of way.
How's the evidence?
Yikes.
Yeah, just unlist the evidence. No one
But
will know.
it is very
Yeah.
scary that they can. They do
Do that.
theoretically have that power.
Imagine
and
if it turned out they never had that idea until I just said it now, and it like blipped on the radar.
It's like the YouTube, the fucking the thing that checks. They have like a special scouring thing that goes evil ideas. There's like the Google department of evil ideas. They just got a ping. Just,
Skeletor's asleep and his phone starts buzzing.
who wakes me from my slumber?
This is
Oh, it's Brady.
great evil idea. Yes, I shall implement this immediately.
Oh, it's you, Brady.
Yeah, that's how they do it. No, but I mean, let's be fair. Like, it is scary that because these companies have. I mean, they don't use even like a fraction of the power that they could use because they know that if they did, they would get regulated faster than they could say the word unregulated. But
Yep. Sounds about right.
we have no idea all the subtle ways that they manipulate them with, because YouTube, for instance, is very public about the fact that it doesn't delist, but it deprioritizes controversial content, and the controversial political content.
Let's see if it delisted the wiki page on women's right to vote.
Wouldn't you say that it applies what it thinks to be political content as well?
Yeah, so the problem is this, right? So they will deprioritize that kind of stuff in terms of when you look into a certain issue, you will see MSNBC, CNN, the kinds of outlets that are known to lie about important geopolitical issues, and then they will deprioritize the smaller, more independent outlets that have been known to not do that. But
so basically, what's happening in Australia?
And the goal for this is essentially to say, well, the reason we do this is to prevent radicalization. But at the same time, if you do fall into one of those radicalization rabbit holes,
we're not going to help you out.
It will rapidly send you to harsher and harsher content. So the practical thing that happens. And someone who is a bit conspiratorially minded might say that this is exactly the point, is that they still get to benefit of people being extremely radicalized, while at the same time making sure that the things that the political mainstream of things isn't
upturned.
Yeah, it's that no independent voices are entered into it. Because it's like, for instance, like Kyle Kalinske has seen a massive drop. There was a certain... Actually, you know what? That was true about... Yeah. That was the point where my channel started to, like... My channel was growing very well, and then there was, like, one day where it just stopped. This was, like... It was probably over a year ago at this point. And it's, like, pretty much the exact same day when Kyle Kalinske stopped experiencing the amount of growth that he had, and like David Pacman and all these like progressive leftist outlets. What did Elon Musk do with Bitcoin? What happened there?
I don't know, but the memes are great. I'm just
because somebody pointed out that he destroyed the entire economy of Sweden in like Bitcoin value.
He exposed it in SNL or something. He did something weird about it, or so.
The Wario shit.
Oh no! I did. Holy sh! On the weekend, fucking Anfash showed me the Wario SNL skit, and I have never seen anything more unfunny in my entire life. And the thing is, it's not even just that, like, of course Elon Musk is not a funny comedy actor who can do Wario. All of the professional comedians were shit. Every single
SNL.
one of the jokes was
it's
shit.
SNL. there is. That's how SNL is.
This is the pinnacle of comedy.
I have the
Yeah.
I have a friend who's waiting for it to get to the lowest point, and then he's just gonna buy like a fuck ton of it.
Oh,
Good
fair.
Bitcoin or
luck.
SNL?
I already put $100
Yeah,
in
it's
it,
gonna-
and I'm kind of lost a bit.
Bitcoin isn't gonna go anywhere. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna go up again.
what I'm hoping for is that this is gonna make some people do a knee-jerk reaction and ditch their graphics cards they mass bought to try and
Goddamn.
mine.
Can I just say F's in the chat for Kentaro Miura
Who is
right
that?
now? The guy who wrote
Some
Berserk,
weeb.
the manga. He passed away at the age of 56.
That's
54.
That's early as shit, dude.
Yeah, and he passed away like on the 6th. And we're only picking this up now.
No, the best thing is he never finished the manga.
He said
It's
Tesla won't take Bitcoin anymore. Damn.
Can
I
what does that mean,
completely
like-
forgot about the chat, that there is a whole chat full of people.
Thank-
I'm just looking. Where is Discord located? And people like this. No, here is the information you requested. Please, I have done the research work that you are currently doing on stream instead of being engaging. Please, I implore you, just 1 second, look over here. And it's like, no.
Oh yeah, this has a stream related to it.
This has a what?
A stream. Rather than you just talking to some homeless people.
Yeah,
What has a
no.
what?
This is a streaming element. There is to that. Yeah, I did forget you. Not that. Also, because I've been seeing like everywhere they putting up the rainbow flags, I just want to remind people that if this was the 1950s, or in Germany like the 1930s, they would have like a black people to the back of the bus or Juden raus banners hanging there, because they don't actually give a shit about the social issues. They just give a shit about cashing in on rainbow flags.
Are we talking about pink capitalism?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Reminder that these people are not your allies, and if literally if it was like fucking 30 years ago, they would have whatever the opposite of the rainbow flag is and go gay people bad. That is
Monochrome.
what they do. And the reason they changed their mind is not because they changed their mind, but because culture changed.
Yeah, which is, what I personally think is actually a good thing, because it's an indication that a lot of society is shaping around these issues to make them more popular.
Yeah, but it is a good.
It's entirely cynical that capitalist interests are using it to try and make money. But I mean, when is capitalism not cynical?
It's
if the
it's
popular
good
thing
in the
was to
sense
get
of like you
always
look at the thermometer and you see, oh, it is a nice warm temperature, but it's not like the thermometer is what created the temperature.
I disagree. You can't prove it to me that thermometers don't make it hot outside.
Well, I suppose.
Oh yeah, you're in Florida. I was gonna say.
All right, I'm gonna prove it to you right now.
completely
Okay,
different.
ready? Okay.
Yeah.
What are thermometers made out of? Mercury, right?
Well, that depends on the thermometer.
You're fucking up my train of logic. Okay, so it's made out of mercury. What is the closest planet to the sun? Mercury. Therefore, the more mercury it is, the more hot it is. Checkmate, atheist.
Damn.
Undeniable
God,
logic.
shit.
The god Mercury is the god in control of.
I
the
now
male.
support pink capitalism because it's proven to me.
Let's have some gay
no.
Ah, goddamn. Yeah, that's just. I just always want to make that clear because a lot of people. I mean, it's Christopher Street Day, sponsored by MasterCard. It's kind of.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? So
God fucking damn, son.
I can't wait till gay porn starts getting sponsored by credit card companies. That'll be fun.
Oof.
It's probably already sponsored by Raid Shadow
Blasters
Legends.
Before I
Wide, now
suck
sponsored by
this-
Capital One.
Before I suck this fat cock, you should use protection with NordVPN. Fucking- They just have like the merch is NordVPN branded condoms.
Surfshark
Yeah.
helps you
I'd buy
search
those.
for the nastiest
Then in
porn
America, you
without
have
being
like
noticed.
you can get like prep.
Oh, speaking of corporations having more power than governments,
This
the
is a
reason
lot
why
more
the U-
relevant than Burger might not understand,
The
but
reason the
goddamn, this
UK
hurts in the
porn
feels, but
law-
it's so funny.
The reason the UK
Ugh.
porn law is changing is because they
I'm just stealing all the memes from across all the places I'm on. It's
I
like
have no
I'm
idea.
completely shameless in this.
What is this porn ban in the UK thing?
basically
I
a
have
group
no
of age
clue. Like I
vari-
have not heard this. I've been looking into it. I'm like,
Oh,
Do
the
you
porn
have?
ban?
I'm sorry, Posh and Brady. Do you have each other muted or something?
I don't have him muted now.
no, Brady's just muted.
Yeah, because
it's not.
the two of you always talk at the same time.
They both talk at the same British frequency, so it collides with each
Oh,
other and
I've got him
magnifies.
muted. I've got him muted. That's why.
It's both British.
Exposed.
Southern asshole.
This
Completely
explains.
forgot.
I was very confused at several points in the streams.
Completely forgot I muted him because he annoyed me so much. Because he literally was screaming over everybody because of War Thunder. Again, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I mean, he's not doing it now. Please,
Okay.
please, Brady, explain this new porn law to me. Okay, now he's muted himself. Posh, please explain this new porn law to me.
I have. Hang on, let me check this up because I have no clue what's going on.
Okay.
No laws can stop me.
Chris, please explain this whole British porn law to me.
Is there a new one, or is it like the old one that just banned like fisting and stuff?
I don't
okay,
know.
British porn. Okay,
I know
first-
there used to be some really like, so in the UK, like there's a lot of things that are technically illegal that like no one really gives a shit about. Like you can't consent to violence,
Yeah.
which means that like spanking is technically like spousal abuse. Like
Can't
according to the
consent
UK government.
Violence?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you
What?
just say?
So
Are
like
there,
legally,
I'm sorry, are there no, like, is there no boxing in the UK?
No,
yeah,
I'm
that's
just-
like licensed.
Are martial arts dojos illegal?
No.
What about rugby,
those
dude?
aren't.
You have
Rugby's way
to
more
get it-
violent than any BDSM that I involve myself in.
You have to get
Oh,
it
you mean
like
BDSM,
licensed
yeah.
with like the government.
Oh, you need a BDSM license now?
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing!
Like
It's just,
Government's
it just fucking,
Boy, yo got a license for that whip.
just in your own bedroom, just taking your girl doggy and just spanking her, right? It's like, oh
And then a
yes,
police officer comes
spank
in.
me, daddy, and you know, just hit her from behind, and just the wall crushes in like the Kool-Aid man is like a fat British cop. Oi, you got a license for that spank?
Whoa. Burger, in defense of our British police officers, they have to be fit because they're not allowed to shoot criminals, so they
That
have to
is
actually catch them.
No, I've seen some police women on tape trying to apprehend a criminal. They were comically inept.
Yeah, but that's policewoman. What do you expect?
One
You
time
say
I saw
that?
a policewoman try and apprehend a criminal, and she accidentally shot him while yelling "taser, taser, taser."
Oof. Oh yeah.
I did
no,
hear
wasn't it
that
a
is the
little
most
girl?
insane shit I've ever heard.
Okay, hang on.
No, the most insane
Hang on,
shit was a
guys.
policewoman breaking into a black guy's house and shooting him while he was
Because she thought it was
watching
his.
TV.
Because she thought it was her apartment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
get
did-
this. So first
Yeah.
thing that comes up when I search British porn law, British mother-in-law search xnxx.com.
The problem with
I
any
don't
law
know
like
what
this
it's
is
saying.
it's very easy to spiral because, like, then what do they do about VPNs that their kids are gonna know better than the parents?
Okay, but no, what is the precise thing that the porn law does?
Okay, hang on. I've got the independent. I don't. Well, it doesn't tell me the
Basically,
fucking date on this.
the original law that was implemented, because of its controversy, they basically said, yeah, well, this is a law, but we're just going to not police it. Then they were sued by, surprise, fucking companies that deal with identity confirmation, that the government should not implement a law it's not going to enforce. So they were basically going to force them to enforce this law that was very obviously unpopular. So then they went ahead and tried to just remove the law entirely. But that is then unpopular with the people who pushed it. You know, the conservative base. Oh, think of the children type of voters. So then they were going to implement a law that would basically make it so that companies that have that have content that is uploaded by the public would not be allowed to have porn, or it would have to verify age, which obviously would fuck over Reddit, which fucks me over, bastards. That's like
well, but
9%.
they have to verify age, though. I think like all of the porn.
No, it would have to be like via like
8-year-old.
an actual fucking credit card or something to actually verify your age. You can't just say you're 18.
Well, no. Oh, you mean to get on the porn site?
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. I thought it was like to upload shit there because
Nope.
I know they have pretty rigorous processes to
to get on.
Also, I'm sure that porn websites, they're always known to be the most secure websites.
That's the thing, right? The actual porn sites, if they don't have content uploaded by anyone, like it has to be, it's only professionals, they're exempt from this fucking law.
Of course they are.
Okay, hang on. I think I found something.
So basically, like Reddit,
well,
Facebook, sort of thing, cannot have like
I'll
not safe for work.
Read this if you guys don't mind, because
Yeah.
I think you need to read this. No, that's Discord. I don't want to stream Discord. Okay, so UK government faces action over lack of age checks on adult sites.
Uh-huh.
May 2021, judicial review processing claims government in breach duty. Lawyers have begun judicial review proceedings against the government over allegations it failed. So I don't necessarily think it's new porn laws. I think they're reviewing them. Necessarily the ones we currently have.
The ones currently active, they're going to pull out. They're trying to get rid of because they were sued to actually enforce the ones they got because they weren't enforcing them.
Listen, guys. I think we all agree that we need to keep children. Children are very innocent. We need to keep them away from pornography, okay?
Yeah.
Because as a child, I would all the time just type in big titty bitches full porn naked XXX into the Google search. Just trying to find random shit. Who knows? And all of a sudden, I would be given pornography, against my will. That was
against your will. You didn't have a will
I didn't
as a kid.
ask for this. Yeah, I was just I was a
You
child.
didn't ask for this. You didn't choose this, but it happened anyway.
I love how just as you started explaining, like giving the search terms, creator starts typing.
Sorry.
Age verification for legal pornography sites was introduced under Part 3 of Digital Economy Act in 2017, but government never enforced it. Ministers have said that plan online harms bills will instead protect children by placing a burden on internet providers to protect users from harms, including viewing pornography while underage. But critics point out that this bill is currently only a white paper stage with no current dates to bring it before Parliament. Oh, so it hasn't even passed Parliament yet. Is that what they're saying?
It hasn't even. No, it's not even been sent to Parliament yet.
So in Germany yesterday, the coalition government passed the Article 13 shit. And starting next month, we have upload filters. The thing that they thing that they said explicitly was not going to happen, they explicitly put that in the law now. So that's gonna be fun.
So can we
So
just
in short,
unplug
any
the-
government-
Before we go on to the Article 13, can you guys just look at this picture and tell me she does not look like someone who uses OnlyFans?
The stream is not loading for me, so there we
She
go.
looks like someone that isn't
Oh.
British.
She looks like a woman.
Yeah.
I don't give a
on.
fuck.
Mm.
Who cares? The one using OnlyFans.
Okay,
That
that
so
does
that,
look good.
but
That looks like Liam Neeson.
I did read what she just said it. That's kind of fucked up. That she goes, oh yeah, this is because in porn there's porn where violence against women happens, and it's 100% she means like she's like a sex negative person.
I hate people.
Oh, very much.
I hate people who do that sort of shit because, for one, it ignores the existence of BDSM. It ignores the concept of BDSM entirely, which is based entirely around consent.
Yeah,
And it ignores LGBT people, and also like the reverse of that, which is like dom women and like.
The only
submit.
thing I will say about this on her
Plus.
is the largest
Dominatrix.
critics, tend to be the biggest hypocrites.
It's true.
Oh, they're
How many
being
gay
tied up.
how
somewhere,
many
yeah.
gay pastors have we
You
had
mean
this year? 10? 12?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm all advocate for total warfare, yet I'm the biggest fucking coward there is, so I think that stands to true.
You just want to be behind the screen and planning the troops.
No, I just want to see mushroom clouds.
Okay, fair.
Anyways, so
I mean, all mushroom clouds we have are like low quality. I want to see some 4K resolution mushroom clouds.
I can
So-
give you mushroom clouds.
That's
Just,
understandable.
you have to help me smuggle them over the border.
Just leave
So
it in
wait.
London.
Can we
Burger,
just like
they-
delete all the governments, by the way?
they
Delete all government.
genuinely-
Yes.
Yeah, that would be great. They genuinely put into law Article 13.
yes, it is now officially a thing, and it will explicitly have upload filters, which is the thing that the government said no.
Did my mic cut that out?
And you
now
know
the
the
EU
really
is
funny
gay.
bit is that the trending hashtag on Twitter was not against the CDU, which is the main party that did this, right? But against SPD, which is the German Labour Party, because they're part of the coalition government with the Conservatives. But it was the brainchild of the Conservatives. And of course, they're part of a coalition government. They should have voted against it, but I mean, let's be honest. They're idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
I mean, that's the
Gmail
same
get
as
in
with
their
in
way.
Even
my
gayer.
country. It's
They're
just
a
that the biggest
completely-
party doesn't
Completely
get any scrutiny.
completely toothless Labour Party.
Uh-huh.
You want to
Sounds
talk
about
about
right.
Like I'd know.
You want to talk about a toothless Labour Party? Have you seen the British elections that happened?
Well,
recently?
look, at least your Labour Party is anti-Semitic. I mean, that's
Hey,
like
in
the tiniest bit of edge it has, at least. Like
In
here,
2014, our Labour Party went from 32 seats to 8 because they did
goddamn.
such a shit job.
It's
But I mean, they
I
climbed
do
up
look.
a little bit.
I mean, I do hope that they become the strongest party in the next election. But I will vote for the left party and not the Labour Party, because then that way we can get what in Germany is called a red-red-green coalition, which is a Labour Party,
Christmas.
Left Party, and Green Party coalition. Because obviously I don't want I don't want the blacks in power.
Of course.
Whoa.
That's the color of the Conservative Party in Germany is black. Just to make this clear.
Oh, it's really white here.
Yeah. And also if the Greens become the strongest force, they'll probably do a coalition government with the Conservatives, because they like the Conservatives a lot more than they like the leftists.
Cody, it's only black people are exempt from criticism in such a way that they can.
You're right. That is
that they
absolutely
can-
every
they can
point I've
want to
ever
go
made. Thank you,
back,
Critter. Thank you
go
so
back
much.
to
Thank
the
you so much,
past.
Critter, for summing my point up so fucking well. I appreciate it.
Also,
No one has ever criticized black nationalism ever. No one has ever critiqued black
that's
separatism.
what I'm saying.
I am
I'm
a
saying
full
in
supporter of
Germany-
Black Hammer. All right.
I'm saying in Germany, They're the
Oh, in
black
Germany?
parties because
Do you guys
because
black
they're the only ones that can go back, that can want to go back to the past without being scrutinized about it.
What?
Because otherwise
A
they'd be
World War
Nazis.
II joke. Never mind.
Yeah, I think it's a very World War II joke.
I have no idea what the fuck. Listen, I only recently learned that you call your conservative parties the blacks.
Yeah, I mean,
Goddamn, son, that is.
it really irritates me because like both the
I mean,
so,
German
okay,
conservatism
so
would
the
be
Labour
black
Party
cocks.
as like it's the Social Democrat Party. It's factually it's the Labour Party. They call themselves the Social Democrats. Their color is red. The color of the left party is also red, but actually most of the way that they do actually color themselves is black. But the black party is the conservatives. Except wait, hang on. There's also the light blue ones, which are the conservative party in the state of Bavaria, which on a federal level is the exact same thing. But wait,
black and
hang on
reds
a
are
second.
colored.
There is another party that has the color light blue. Those are the neocons, the neo-Nazis, and they don't want to have anything to do with those either.
Wait, are they neocons or neo-Nazis?
They
Or
they range from neocons to neo-Nazis. The
Okay.
AFD is currently experiencing a bit of a. They have a lot of like neocon shit, and they even have a little bit of a libertarian wing. But there's also a very strong like Nazi and nationalist presence. I mean, like not Nazi, but like definitely nationalist, serious racist shit.
Yeah.
In the AFD, and there's like a battle happening in there with the people who still want to go, hey, how
Do they go like full like modernity is degenerate kind of shit, or is it
No,
like more
they're
like
not.
oh black people are bad?
more like brown people are bad.
Oh,
There's actually like I'm pretty sure that like the AFD is one of the most diverse parties. There's several. Oh, they probably actually, you know what? They probably just trot them out. There's several like fairly prominent black members of the AFD. But it's like racism in Europe is less about the color of your skin than it is your nationality.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, but there's
Race
like
is a social construct, so.
there's the ones who go, well, you know, how about we tone it down with the racism a little bit? And there's the ones who go, I'm sorry, I thought we were dog whistling? Are we not dog whistling with this? I'm pretty sure we were I'm just going to assume we were dog whistling. And then the other half of the party go, no, seriously, stop it. We were not dog whistling. We were actually talking about these particular issues, which are still like very neocon shit, but we're not racist. No, actually, we are racist.
Guys,
we're
it's
gonna
about
have
states'
a
rights. We don't have states in Germany.
No, we do have states in Germany. It's
Oh, do you?
yeah, it's,
Bundesländer.
What
Germany
do
is a
we call
federation,
them?
much like the United States.
Do you call them states, or are they called something else?
Well, they're called Länder, so countries, I suppose, but like the translation is
Oh,
states.
I thought they were like
Kind of.
provinces in Canada or something like that.
No.
They
We do not have a top-down government. It's all we have. So the devolution of power is very interesting here because, like in America, federal law trumps state law, and in Germany, it's not clear.
It's kind of not clear here too. I mean, obviously,
In some areas, like healthcare and education, it's state law trumps federal law, but in other areas, federal law trumps state law, and you know.
So federal law trumps state law here, but there's always the question of what can the federal government regulate, which usually is just like whatever they can get away with.
Yeah,
that doesn't make conservatives mad. Is the answer.
Yeah, we have, and you also have to consider that Germany has an extremely powerful Supreme Court. Like the legal branch of Germany, Karlsruhe has saved our asses many times. That's where our Supreme Constitutional Court is. To be fair,
why didn't they save your ass with Article 13 then?
they might actually. That's entirely possible. They just
still
are very
possible?
slow with what they do. And it's not clear if it is unconstitutional because they only concern themselves with constitutional matters. It's not like we're in the US where it's just the highest court. The constitutional court.
Well, no, that it is specifically for constitutional questions.
Yeah.
Like the U.S. Supreme Court is specifically for constitutional. So when it's the highest court, but the only thing that they govern on is if something is or is not constitutional. If something isn't constitutional but maybe is like illegal, then that's something that is handled by lower courts.
Huh? Because I had this explained to me by like a lawyer, where that's like the main difference. Maybe I misunderstood that somehow.
I mean, that's their primary role, is to interpret what is or is not constitutional.
Yeah.
That's been their role basically since like early on in their creation.
I mean, well, you know, whatever the case may be, the German Constitutional Court is not politicized. That's the good part.
Oh, yeah. It's not supposed to be here, but we do it anyways.
Yeah. They did this thing where they this was one of the greatest things they ever did, I think. Where they said, actually, German government, you have to set much tighter and much clearer climate change targets that you have to meet, because you are essentially putting the cost so whoever has to deal with these things will be losing freedoms and civil liberties. And you cannot pass that off to a future generation for them to deal with it. You have to do it because you cannot restrict these future people in their freedom. That was a decision that they made. And now we have much tighter climate change targets, actually.
That's good.
Oh yeah, our government also.
Meanwhile, in England,
no spanking.
Yeah.
a lot of people want to reopen all the coal mines and use coal.
Oh
to
yeah,
generate power. It's like, oh yeah, it's gonna go well.
I mean, we're we're fucking king at using goddamn non-renewable energy. We love coal, dude. It's the only thing that makes it so we don't have to give money to West Virginia.
So here's how we solve climate change. We
Shouldn't
eat
you go
everything.
nuclear then?
Fuck
we-
nuclear.
better
Nuclear
idea.
is not
The way-
based.
the way
Dab.
we
Your friend.
solve
Nuclear
climate
is
change.
based, but it takes too long to make and has other environmental concerns other than
It's expensive.
CO2.
Oh my
mean,
fucking
yeah,
god!
it's also
I had to
radiate-
explain. I had to
Radiation isn't that bad.
I had to explain to someone that I said, you know, the solution at work. I said, you know, the solution is nuclear, right, for most of these problems. And he was like, oh well, where are you going to store it? And I'm, well, you just dig a hole and stuff it there. And he's like,
No,
oh,
no,
well,
no,
how
no,
deep-
do not do that. No. Do not dig a hole and just stuff it in there. That is bad and
could
has
yeet it
led to
into
bad
space.
outcomes in a lot of places.
You do need a good fault line. The bad
I don't
outcomes
I
came
don't
from-
think you
came from
understand how
ignoring the
often like we
security
rely on groundwater in America.
of
Yeah, there
America.
is
We
no-
do.
Just UK, we don't. But basically, I'm not just saying a hole, like dig a 4-foot hole and just shove it.
I know
in.
you don't mean a hole. I know you mean like a deep fucking hole, but it gets into like soil layers, and also we'll get
Yeah.
into water. sources.
There
Dude,
is
due to
some
space.
Due to these kind of American sentiments, we have a server park that is like 4 meters off the ground because it had to be above sea level in the Netherlands.
I mean,
That's
Freaking
beautiful.
yeet it into space. Easy peasy. Have the aliens deal with it.
Yeeting shit into space is very expensive, and also the more shit you yeet into space, the more likely it is that you're gonna have a bunch of space shit floating around that makes it harder to eat other
well,
stuff in space.
if you were to do it, you'd have to like throw it outside of.
I mean, imagine
orbit.
being concerned about throwing
you'd have to do-
That's a
you'd
lot
have
of
to-
delta V.
You'd
Th-
have to,
throwing a
yeah.
radioactive-
You can't like do it with rockets. That's just not. I mean, that's just not.
Yeah, you would need some sort of like
Space
propulsion
elevator or
system
some
to
shit.
launch it.
A
there,
rail
and that would be
gun.
at that point you're
A
just you're using so much energy to throw something that's probably not that much waste out that there's no point in you even generating the energy to begin with.
This is something you
There's
do
actually-
with you have a space elevator and an orbital ring, and on that orbital ring is a railgun. Then you can shoot it into the sun. But that's
That
a
sounds fun.
long way off.
I don't know how much energy would that cost though.
I mean, at
Would it
that
be
point,
worth
at
it?
that
Cost
point,
less
the
just
point
to
at which
shoot
you
it out
have
of the
these
solar
technologies, that kind of energy expenditure is negligible.
Well, yeah, but
Definitely.
okay. But my point though is the reason you have to yeet something into space in the first place is because you're generating nuclear power. So is the power you generate from that nuclear that produces that nuclear waste more or less than the power used to
Wait,
yeet
if
that
you've got-
nuclear waste
if
into
you-
the fucking sun?
Probably
you've
Well,
got
at
less.
that point, we would have enough power to.
If you've
to
got an
make it
orbital
less.
system, you've solved
My
the problem.
God.
You've got massive fucking
Yeah, we need a space
re-
elevator.
solar
Let's go to
array
Africa.
arrays.
At that point, you would have that kind of stuff.
Okay,
The
you
reason
keep saying
you'd just be throwing out old trash. Like this would be like the
Okay.
kind because like if we have this at like 500 years, the nuclear shit that we're producing right now is still going to be radiating. So at that point, it'll just be let's just yeet this for the sake
so
of the
basically
environment.
like just produce a lot of nuclear waste, and then in the future we're like, oh man, that was a dumb idea of us, and then we like slingshot it into space.
Almost like coal.
Oh god, how did you become so incredibly loud suddenly, Brady?
He got close to his microphone, most likely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's always screaming burger. He's constantly screaming.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of does scream.
We should just make fusion reactors, and in the meantime use our primitive fusion reactor, also known as solar power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Hear me out
fusion. Basically,
Sounds
what
based.
we need to do is we need to keep the nuclear facilities that we have running and invest massively into renewables.
Solar, wind.
Here's the thing, right? This is why I fucking hate NIMBYs, right? So there is
What's a NIMBY?
well, you
Your mom.
it's a not in my backyard person.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were just really homophobic.
Yeah, I was like, I thought that was like some new term for non-binary people.
No.
I was like, I'm out of the loop.
This is no NIMBYs are the not in my backyard people. So I actually I don't remember if it's the North Sea or the Baltic Sea, but we have like a huge offshore wind park there, and it is fully operational. The turbines are very much spinning. Not the turbines, the propeller, whatever the fuck. They're very much spinning, and they could generate enough electricity to cover like 20% of the country of Germany. But they're not plugged in because we'd have to build one of the big towers that you transport electricity with.
Mhm.
And so there's some people, some communities who live in that area where those towers would be built within eyesight of them. And because northern Germany is so flat, they don't want that because it would ruin the landscape.
Fuck them.
And because, it's their land, there's nothing that can be done about it. It's literally, legally,
No.
those have to remain disconnected.
Not in a democracy,
Bruh.
but there are alternatives.
Once again.
Well, I mean, in a
I'm
democracy,
just
you have
going
it. In a democracy, if you really, really needed it, you could eminent domain it in America, but
Yeah.
it has a lot of shit involved with it.
Germany doesn't
But
like
yeah, delete all
eminent
the
domaining
governments.
shit. I'm not even sure that the German government can do it.
I wonder why they wouldn't like that. I can't.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened in recent past that like made it so they don't want a lot of like government sway over things?
Northern
Um,
Germany does not have a worthwhile landscape. No, it's shit. There's no mountains.
More
Mm,
eco-fascist
unless
lies.
like
That's
some
right.
sort of
Otherwise,
genocide.
you're in Austria. So
No mountains sounds like home.
Also, I felt like a real American the other day, because I was just sitting
fun.
here, I was just sitting there, and minding my own business, playing Mass Effect, when my friend calls me and says, "Dude, where are you right now?" And I'm like, "I'm at home." Okay, don't go to this and that street because there's apparently an active shooter situation happening there.
Oh my god!
Mass shooting.
Nature is
progress.
healing.
Yeah.
Yes. Nature is healing.
God damn it! I'm loving what's
Speaking
going on
of
in
which-
serious business right now. I'm just arguing with Ceter in complete French.
Oh, is it? What's
Bruh.
going on?
So-
That's gay. That's a gay language. And
It's
so
gay.
It is a gay
I
language.
called a
That
bunch
is-
of people who I knew lived in the area. And then I was like, okay, well, that was that. And it turned out it wasn't even a mass shooting. It was just some guy with an assault rifle who had killed 2 people and then disappeared.
I
Oh,
mean,
wait,
in the
did they catch
States,
him?
that'd be considered a mass shooting.
Okay, so the in Germany the thing that people say is to run amok. So that's basically the technical term is that it's the kind like a shoot where you just go around and you gun down random people, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That is what Germans would say is a mass shooting.
Mm.
I'm not sure the concept translates as easily. But that's
If
what
you
Germans
were-
are afraid of. But it turned out not to be that even. It was just some guy. And like the police have him now too.
Oh, nice. Good. Good.
If you were able to propel a spoon at high speeds and then use a magnet
Good
to
one,
retrieve
Florida.
it, and then did this enough times to kill multiple people, would that be considered a mass shooting?
I believe a mass shooting is like
Yes.
in America, a mass shooting is classified as any shooting in which there are 3 or more people shot.
Yeah, what
Are
if
you
you kill a
shocked?
person in a church?
If you kill 1 person, it's not a mass shooting. If you kill 3 people in a church, it is a mass shooting.
Depends on what time.
Why
You
do
killed
they
a
have
person during mass?
why do they have a specific sign for you shit your pants? What is happening in Italy that
Oh, they were using Italian hand gesture, and hey, there's more than just the one with the pinching hand and pointing up. So I thought, hey, let's show them a little bit more interesting things, and then I found those images online.
The,
Oh god, I'm just. Cedar is so bad at French. Can I
Oui.
just say?
Imagine being
Como
good at
está?
French.
Learn
Can't
the
relate.
more.
yeah,
Hey,
that's
hey,
I
why would you
actually
be
that
good
is
at a shit language?
respectable.
My written French is worse than my spoken French, and somehow I'm still beating Cedar.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
also
it is
French.
a shit language, so I mean, it makes sense.
And he's supposed to be good at this shit. He's making
You're-
so many basic errors. I'm like, God damn it, Cedar! No, stop.
You should. Oh, you should what do we call it? Correct him. That's what I'm saying.
How about Sam Cedar? How about
So, do you know how people are talk about like freaking how gender is a social construct?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it is.
Well, it's actually a biological construct
No.
because nature is out for us. It's trying to tell us what we can and can't be. Like
What?
I don't know. This sounded like way.
This sounds like a bit. You're working up to something.
It sounded like a
Yes,
bit.
Yes, it was a bit. I was thinking about it at work all day, but it just isn't coming out right.
Damn.
Oh,
But yeah, like I don't know, like freaking nature is after us, man. Like, like
There's only
You
one
know,
gender, and
it's
it's mine. Y'all can't have it.
yeah,
Nature is
exactly.
trying to misgender us.
Yeah,
have you talked to the squirrels?
it's
recently?
trying to prevent us from becoming like freaking like lolly cat girls or something.
It's this.
Yo, did you see the
There's
fucking?
eternal
Okay,
knowledge,
time out.
man.
I have a thing to say. I don't know. Not to get too into the situation in Israel and Palestine, right? But
Oh no.
This is a
Yeah.
great way to start a fucking sentence.
But the IDF has recently been doing propaganda with really hot women on TikTok.
I've noticed
Hell
that.
yeah.
In
What?
one of them,
Dude,
in
she's
her
so
IDF uniform had like a cat girl anime ears and shit like that. With
Yes.
Oh
little-
no.
and I just
Yeah.
realized, and I just realized they
Yeah.
made fascist anime profile pictures a real thing, IRL, dude. I was
Okay. Would someone just for the purposes of being able to accurately illustrate the situation here and for documentation and proof, have pics of this propaganda?
I posted it in I don't know if I have the cat girl one. I did
I
post
think I liked
one
it on
in
TikTok.
I had the girl
Google
in the
cat
in
girl
our one of our
explanation
chats.
and
Hold
you'll
on.
find out what it means.
Oh no.
Scroll up.
Guys, I found the worst article in the history of humanity. I'm
Ooh,
posting it in studio.
okay.
Shrek isn't
Shrek.
worth getting mad about.
Imagine that.
All right, so let's see here.
What? Why is this an article?
Wait, it was Florida man who brought it up, right?
Worse things have been
No.
an article, but
Here's the girl.
worst.
Okay.
I
This
would
is the worst
Make sure the
article
volume's
from-
off on this, by the
far.
way, because it's playing some gay TikTok shit.
Can't see it.
That's pretty
That's
gay.
where it begins.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that I can't
It's
see.
gay as hell, boy.
I just copied
Uh,
the
God,
video
that's
address,
your
maybe?
right.
The video does
That's
not.
it.
No,
Right.
it just copies the tweet. I hate Twitter so much.
Oh, I remember. I remember there was one
Okay,
where
I
she
need
was
to-
just like,
Yeah, there she is.
was
I need
it
to
that
mute
she just started out
everything
with
for
"I'm
1 second.
Israeli"?
Oh,
Gonna lie.
that's not a
People
video.
post bombings on them.
No, it's a screenshot.
Yeah,
On the
that is
TikTok.
Okay,
literally
but
a
this
This is
picture.
okay.
so
This is
bad.
apparently the thing.
Yeah, I dig it.
See, this is yet another way in which Israel has such an advantage over Palestine, because Hamas doesn't have like hot female soldiers.
Yeah.
Thought I
Ah,
could
Probably
here we go.
That is
kill them all,
true. That is
honestly.
very, very true.
It's not happening. It's just not materializing.
Here's the video on a tweet. Let me see if I can download it. Twitter is really annoying with how they embed files, though.
Yeah, I mean, they used to work on Discord.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember it working fine, but
Videos
Yeah.
don't now, I guess.
Yeah.
Only images do sometimes.
So
Or
wait,
you have to
can I
like
just
I mean,
ask-
images you can easily copy. That's the issue then.
Can I
Yeah.
just ask before we end anytime soon? So what does that mean now that Article 13's up? Does that mean everyone's going to have to? What happens if they don't?
I do
What
not know
happens-
what exactly YouTube is going to do about it. I just
My
don't know.
question
YouTube
is
just pulls
Discord.
out. I really hope YouTube just pulls out. That'd
Like
be
my
funny.
dad should have.
that'd
Well,
be
I would have to move somewhere else. I would basically have
Oh,
to move
yeah.
out of the EU.
I'll still
Hey, I
support you
mean,
on
it's not
Patreon,
my
even
problem.
if there's no YouTube videos coming soon.
Same.
That would be funny, though.
What the frick was Article 13 again?
But I mean, it'll
What was all the
it'll
garbage
create a
they were trying to pull?
response where people will be so
Let's post it.
mad that
There
they
we
will have
go.
to revoke it.
Okay, I have to
There
real
we-
quick mute the audio on this and
Mute
now
it.
we're
It's gonna
back.
play some dumb music.
That's not too bad.
So this is okay. Actually, she behaved very dumb, and that actually made it a turn off.
The genocide was a turn on, but her behaving dumb was a turn off.
Look, if you're gonna do a genocide, be smart about it, okay? Like,
Typical German.
yeah.
Mhm.
Efficient,
You
yeah.
have standards.
Yeah, you can't just gas them or whatever. You gotta
idea.
eat them out into space.
You gotta make them think
Is
they're
that
gonna take
cool?
a shower.
Yeah, that's basically yeah. So Palestine doesn't stand a chance in that case, unfortunately. Damn.
Yeah.
They have cat girls. They're gonna win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks.
Boom, 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 boom.
I don't really want Palestine to be genocided, but I mean cat girls. So
It is a tough choice.
Mm.
There is no way to talk about this without like pissing off people. So it's just
nope.
you can't even
Okay,
make
but
jokes
what-
about it. You can't even the statement. The civilians on both sides, by and large, just want peace. Pisses people off.
Yeah, because they kind of assume that all. Okay. I'm trying to think how to explain this.
It's because people are dumb.
There's a lot of hostility, even from civilian populations, towards each other. Although they both do want peace. A lot of Israelis, however, also want to colonize like the West Banks, and to just like got people from Palestine off. And people from Palestine don't like Israelis very much. So
As an American, I support colonization.
Yeah, but aren't the some of the Jewish population in Israel proper as well just being complete cunts about laws and things?
So Israel has a lot of like strange like apartheid like laws that they have for Palestinians, specifically in areas that are occupied, like Gaza or in parts of the West Bank or in East Jerusalem. For example, like people who live in East Jerusalem cannot vote for Israel. Even like Palestinian Israelis are like segregated. Like they are barred from living in like about
What?
get a big chunk of like Israel by like local housing commissions.
Yeah, there is a lot of
Goddamn.
fucked up thing going on down there.
And obviously
And all the
Palestine.
things-
Also, like Gaza isn't like a fucking like bastion of like civility either. They're pretty shitty there to a lot of people.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're Islamic extremists. Like, it's a very deeply Islamic conservative.
Chris,
society.
I saw that. You disgust me so much right now.
So
Fuck
you wanna know how to
you.
fix this? We work on CRISPR technology and make everybody cat girls because that's truly what everyone
Yes.
wants to be. is
No,
cat
we've already
girls.
seen
Yes.
cat girls will do genocide too.
Yeah, but when everyone is a
no,
cat
they're right.
girl.
No,
Yes.
better yet, turn them into scalies. Pan should
No.
put everyone off to not look at each other and go like,
I would just
"Ooh,
want to
no."
genocide them harder. What the hell?
Yeah,
I
yeah, that's true.
I hate scalies just for the fucking fact that my profile picture makes some people think I am one.
Have
Yeah.
none of you read The Sultry Argonian Maid?
I do
Oh,
see this.
God
This
damn
is
it.
one of the worst things that like furries have done to me personally. Because I do like when I play like fantasy games, I usually play humans or I play like anthro races, not like wolf people, but like fucking walrus
something.
people, like the weird ones, the exotic
Walrus
ones.
people.
People will immediately assume I'm a furry.
People will assume you're a furry if you play a walrus person. I don't think I've ever met a walrus furry before, except for Wilford Brimley.
I mean, it's just it's just the imagination is there, and there you go. It's an animal. You're playing an animal, therefore you must be a furry.
Yeah.
Oof.
That
Just
logic
pretty aisle
checks
if you want to
out.
play an animal.
My walrus person character is fucking badass.
I bet.
He's a fucking barbarian with a skald archetype. Oh, so he's a barbarian, but he has a bard subclass.
I like playing humans personally, or like half orcs, or like
I
half
do
elves.
like playing humans, yeah.
I just
Yeah,
find
humans
like
are pretty
I find
cool.
their culture a lot more relatable, and so I feel like not quite as much of an outsider when in a setting.
Yeah, I
So
I
you're
don't
racist
play
then.
half orcs or half
Yes.
elves because I'm against miscegenation, obviously. But
Oh,
I mean,
Kyle.
I like playing the most exotic race because then I can just be identifying with my crazy inner self.
I
Oh,
don't care as long as I can play as a woman.
also, half orcs are objectively the best race in Pathfinder, because they get dark
Yeah, they
vision
get
and one of the best weapon
English.
proficiencies.
I
get
do
help.
not play Pathfinder, so
I know.
wouldn't-
It's fine.
Pathfinder's pretty cool.
I wouldn't.
Mm.
Yeah, Burger can't do math, so he doesn't like it.
It's true. Although
doesn't like
Pathfinder is coming out
understandable.
for whatchamacallit, fucking Savage Worlds.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Have
you played the video
whatever
game
the
yet?
fuck that is, I'm deleting it, Posh.
That
I-
is.
Fair,
okay.
fair.
It's
fair.
probably
Even-
not problematic, but it looked weird from a
I
distance.
mean, it's
At
it is
first
a
glance, we
cool
Yeah,
say
game,
no,
no.
you're fair.
but it's probably not in.
Fair.
Oh, hey, by the way, did you hear about hold up. Let me post the picture. You hear about this shit?
No.
Oh yeah, Boogie.
Oh,
got
yeah,
arrested,
yeah.
dude.
Yes,
I love
heard
that.
it.
I love that. Like his mugshot is one of the most threatening mugshots I've ever seen.
He looks badass in it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like he's
Nothing
gonna
like
fuck someone up.
Yeah, like
He
I don't
looks
want to
nothing
fucking
like
run
he
into
used
this
to look.
guy.
This is literally like, oh, remember this YouTuber? This is him 10 years now.
Yeah.
From,
Dude, Boogie did nothing wrong in my opinion. Okay.
from the, I
Eh.
don't know.
Listen. A guy who was threatening him on the internet came to his home in person,
Oh,
and
no,
all he
I
did was
know.
bring. The only thing he Boogie did wrong is miss. Changed my mind.
Damn.
Yes.
No, literally,
Well,
like
he got up
legally,
into
if
the
he
air,
did miss,
didn't he?
he wouldn't
I
have
mean,
been
I don't.
arrested for it. Which
I
is,
mean, he probably would have been because I don't think he could have sufficiently proven that he was in like threatening danger. Although he does have castle, they do have castle laws there. So if
yeah, that's
he
what I'm
felt
saying.
like he was in
That's
danger,
why.
I think he probably could have gotten away with it.
That's why I'm saying.
He
but-
probably still would have been arrested though.
Just wanted to point out that
Probably,
this is
But I
the
mean,
same
legally, it would have
man.
been in the clear. But seriously, I can't. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, Jacob!
It's just
You're all fucking jealous.
the difference between everything.
I feel like fucking weak. What do I have to do? Damn, he's at 8 points.
He's also a weight.
These fucking
Yeah.
Same,
I mean,
man.
he did go through surgeries and stuff.
Yeah. Good for him.
You can't fucking
Hmm.
quit! You can't fucking quit! You can't fucking quit!
Dude, he really did lose a lot of weight though.
Yeah, he did. I mean, to
I
toot
was-
my own horn for a second here, I did lose 13 kilos since the beginning of the year.
Nice.
Damn.
And I also say, since we're
American
comparing
women.
weights,
That's like what, 300 pounds?
Uh,
5
It's like
pounds?
the
60 pounds?
that would be, I
I
think,
now-
the
Or around
double
60.
26 pounds. I think that is.
26.
I'm
Nice.
losing like my chub on my gut, so that's really nice.
I have
Yeah.
not been
It's
exercising
going
that
very
much,
slow.
so I need
Oh.
to.
For
I
me,
haven't
honestly, it's
either.
I mean, I do exercise a lot, and I've come to the point where I enjoy exercising. I haven't for the last few days because I am massively depressed. But I do like sometimes I'll feel down on exercise and I'll feel better, which is a
Yeah.
weird thing. But I also kind of enjoy doing it now, like not massively, but it is something where I go, yeah, this is a nice thing that I'm doing, instead of it just being
Can
a
I just-
massive pain. But the main thing that really helped me lose weight was my intermittent fasting thing.
damn, nice son.
I only
Can I
eat
just say-
from like noon to 8, and that's it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh hey.
posh.
Or just
So I've finally reached 57.2 kilos, baby.
That's very
that's a
low.
good- That is very low for my height. Well, I'm missing 3 kilos to be on the average weight to height ratio,
The BMI.
which is a good thing. Because before I was skinny as hell and weighed almost 50 kilos. I was almost 10
so
kilos underweight.
Wait, how short are you?
About 1.72 meters.
Oh, that's not too short.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that's not terrible.
Yeah, but I'm technically
Meters
supposed to be.
72. Sounds freaking short as heck. What are you, like a hobbit or something?
I'm supposed to be around 85 kilos or something, but I pack a little
Speaking
muscle as well.
English, you freaking weirdos.
That is English.
It's fine.
No, he's
Speaking-
talking to us.
Yeah,
in,
speaking
serious
the
Speaking
business.
SI units.
speaking in the good English.
I'm
You know,
using.
only speak
I
for you,
didn't
man.
even-
Congratulations, my man, for gaining some weight.
Listen,
That is
I
big.
need all measurements to be
To be
done
fair,
in
I
some
have
form of
been-
school bus.
I have been
Yeah.
kicking my ass to do sports and go
Yeah,
on
or
walks.
bananas.
Literally just today, I went out on a 1-hour walk. As soon as I finished work, I was like, no, go on for a walk.
You should.
You know,
You should just play Pokemon Go. Then your walking will be
No.
a little bit incentivized with the game.
no.
I don't know. It helps me. Okay.
I
you
need
don't
my
help.
eyes off the screen because already my
Pokemon
eyes are
go to
damaged
the
enough.
polls.
Okay, fair.
So yeah,
Remember
not
when
happening.
Hillary said that?
Pokemon go to the polls.
Pokemon go to the
Pokemon
polls.
Yeah.
go to the polls.
I keep thinking about
That was the moment her campaign died. I am convinced.
Yeah.
There's no way you could recover from that.
It died when it started because it's Hillary.
That's
I mean,
actually
normally I would
probably
agree
more
with you,
accurate.
but
No, it's fair. You can say it really crashed and burned by then, but yeah.
oh,
I'm
dude,
gonna
it
say
was fucking.
never ended.
It was. Listen, she had a lot of handicaps. Okay, let's just say that.
A lot of handicaps. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot is under.
Unfortunately, there was no match for the handicap.
Yeah, it's kind of a spicy thing.
So
But as a non-American, I
Mhm.
kind of miss Trump because headlines just aren't as fun anymore.
Yeah,
You
Biden
set
was a
the
lot more
bar.
funny on the campaign trail.
Yeah,
I mean, he still
miss
does
him
weird shit, like when he drove away from the Israel question. He's just,
And supposedly
what is
there was a
his comment on the
second wheel.
situation in Israel, and he just fucking floors it.
I mean,
No,
that's
wasn't there
most
also a
Americans
second
you ask about
wheel?
Israel.
Wasn't there also supposedly a second wheel? Apparently.
Oh goddamn! Like I do. It's nice that he's a bit more chill, and he is more progressive than I thought he would be. Which is
definitely more than Trump.
not saying yes.
Wow.
Moderately more progressive than.
Wow, you mean he's more progressive than the guy who had a palingenesis to return to an imagined past? Wow, who would have fucking guessed?
Ronald Reagan is much more left wing than Mussolini.
That's not comparing it by much.
I mean, yeah, I guess he is. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second.
Oh, goddamn. Yeah.
Success is all about making like reachable targets.
Neoliberal conservatives are definitely slightly more left wing than actual fascists.
Yes. Boom.
Bada bing.
Yeah, but honestly, the boogie thing is really fucking like you think he posed for that to look extra threatening for the mugshot because
I think he's probably just angry.
You recognize him as the same guy clearly, but he doesn't seem like the same guy.
I didn't even recognize
Out of
him
it,
in
dude.
first
He's out of
glance.
it. Like he doesn't
he
take the
doesn't-
drugs he used to.
He doesn't look right without the glasses.
I really hope he gets the help he needs.
I don't actually know Boogie all that well. I don't know much about him. I never watch his videos. I have heard people who love him. He has been very positive at times. I have heard people who, I have the insider scoop and he's actually a piece of shit. I have seen him point a gun at a guy. So it's just...
I think basically his YouTube videos and his outward personality are very positive and wholesome generally.
Who is
He
this?
can lose his shit, but I think just personally he's just very asocial.
Yeah,
and he just
Boogie
can't
tends
handle
to have a
things well.
very heavy self-victimization that he puts on himself.
Yeah.
That I think puts a
Oh,
lot of
Boogie.
people off. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
he'll straight up be
he
like,
used to be cool. That's the thing. He
That
used to be.
also makes a lot of sense why he would be so wholesome as a personality on YouTube.
They do not
Trying
look
to-
like they're having fun.
Oh,
This
God,
is one of
yes,
the
that picture.
I've seen this picture many times, and it is genuinely one of the worst pictures in the world to me. It's
Oh, it absolutely is.
it's so bad, dude.
same. Our class congratulates Tyrone and Deesh for being black teens.
Just the smiles. Like I never get why people smile with their teeth. I'm always concerned with just
sounds like-
smiling.
It's the moment. It's the moment they
It's
realize that they
racism.
would never have any sort of reform.
It's not. Yeah, it's just that those girls are just so happy for acknowledging those people, and they're just like, what did you do? You gave us flowers for existing. Well, thanks, I guess.
Oh, it's so patronizing.
Hey,
You don't say.
It's
should
so.
delete these people, too.
It's so insulting.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we did some insulting things to black people, but I don't think we would do that to black people to this day.
What? We would
As-
never
as-
have
no, no,
police
no,
beat
no,
them.
no,
Did you?
We would never-
It's
No,
2011. That's only 10 years ago.
What I mean is, I don't think we would do that today. One, as British people, like I don't think so.
Oh, is this in
Unless
England?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
no,
this-
this looks to be in the U.S. I don't know.
Yeah, this is definitely America.
Yeah.
Black people in the UK are not called Tyrone and maybe Denisha, but
Denisha does sound like an English black name, but
yeah.
Tyrone is definitely something you mostly hear in America. Like, don't get me wrong, I've still heard it in the U.S. In the UK, but it's mostly a US thing.
the cultural. I mean, I obviously I don't know the specifics, the details, or particularly much of anything, but I do know that the cultural influences are rather different, given that they are on different sides of an ocean.
Names that were given to black people that exist in the United States, they tend to be a lot more unique and specific because, obviously, like during slavery, they kind of had their entire cultures like fucking erased, so they have no idea where they're from, and so they were forced to have sort of like general white American names.
Yeah.
And as like a sign of like trying to take back some sort of like cultural identity, they just came up with names like Tyrone, Denisha, whatever.
Shaquanda.
Yeah, and in the UK that happened a little differently because there wasn't like a
Yeah, it's
systematic destruction of their culture.
the situation with black people in the UK was significantly different than in the United States.
Yeah, though you do have to remember the gold rush, wind rush, that's the one. In Generation where they imported, imported. I guess you could say the word important in this context, where they imported a lot of black Caribbeans, over to the UK, and that kind of fucked them over. It's not that they weren't properly integrated, but you know.
And then we forgot that they, like a couple years ago, we then accidentally lost all records that they were citizens and deported them.
What
Yeah,
the fuck?
exactly. No,
Yeah.
it was a huge scandal. It was a huge fucking scandal.
Like people who had been living here since like for 50
it was
years.
fucked, man. You know?
Damn.
We just
Yeah.
forgot
we just
in like massive quote
completely
marks.
forgot. Yeah,
Because
no,
there was a big thing where in the 70s and 80s, I think, Germany was like, oh shit, we have so much productivity, we don't have enough workers. We're gonna make people come here. We're just gonna send buses to like Turkey.
and that
pull
fucked
them
you
up.
over, didn't it?
Just not tell them where it's going.
And then we're gonna build these huge housing complexes. We're gonna put them in there, and then they're gonna work here. They're gonna make some money. They're gonna send some money home. Then they're gonna go home eventually. And then they came here and they started to work here. And they're like, you know what? It's kind of
actually
nice.
good.
It's kind of nice being here. And then the government was like, oh no, they have
Oh no.
the right to become citizens.
And the worst part is they're Turkish, and Turkish laws of inheritance are completely fucked.
And also we placed them into ghettos from the beginning because we didn't expect
Oh,
that they
you
would have
idiots.
to integrate. But now also we're not going to do much about it at all.
Oh, and you've also
Yes.
got the problem with the grey wolves, don't you?
Oh, I mean, but
classic.
so the Turkish people of Germany tend to be connected to like the more rural Anatolian communities, because obviously that's the kind of people. Is people go from the country to move to the city to make money. That's the standard, especially during the last century or so was the standard move, and those tend to be like the more conservative populations of Turkey. So most of the German Turk population is extremely conservative. Like they support Erdogan and all that shit. Like obviously, not all of them. Whereas from what I understand, the Turkish people in the United States tend to be a lot more upper class, like
That makes
rather
sense.
Yeah.
wealthy.
Yeah, they tend to be.
Yeah.
Normally, like people from that region that are more lower class are going to be from poorer Arab countries.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
do we keep on talking about birds?
Birds, bro.
You gotta appreciate that Germany's first instinct was, oh yes, a bunch of minorities are coming. Let's put them in a ghetto.
Yeah. To be fair, there was
Yeah.
some fucking nice buildings. There was this in there's this place called Papageiensiedlung, which is the which now I think is a little bit gentrified. Oh, why are there no good pictures of this place? Well, it has become somewhat gentrified, but the same because of like renter protection. It's still it's all right. So the gentrification in Germany doesn't happen as much. It's more of a more of a rent hike problem in general. Which did I tell you about this? This is it's such a fantastic beautiful thing. So the past 3 months I didn't have heat in one of my rooms.
Yeah.
And in accordance
yeah.
with German law, I
isn't
drafted the documents to inform my landlord company that I would, as the lawmakers have decided, not pay part of my rent because I cannot use part of my apartment. And I have communicated this ahead of time. I have been in active communication with them, and for the first couple of days, they actually granted me that even. Except the other day, I get like they granted me that but they basically granted me the whole thing, but legally, but you know how it works. You don't know how it works. Basically,
I don't. If you don't pay rent here, you just kind of get thrown on your ass.
they send me this letter and are like, yeah. You know how now it's like 2 days after we fixed the heat that was broken for 3 months? We'd like all of that money that you didn't pay now for the period of time where you could use that room in your apartment.
Bruh, seriously?
Yeah. And I called them up, and like the woman, I don't know
Fine.
anything about anything. I'm gonna, some other department is going to give you a call, and I have no way of proving this, but I am reasonably certain that that letter was backdated, in order to tighten the deadline.
Yeah, they're just trying to strong arm you, man.
Which
Don't give
because
them-
it was otherwise the German Post would have, for an important letter, taken 8 days to deliver it.
Oof.
That's not something that happens here.
I wonder. I don't know how the mail works, but I wonder if there's any record of like when it was delivered from like the post side of things.
Oh yeah, there is. I know the day that it arrived, but it would be. I'm not sure if they keep records of how. There is a way of doing that, but you have to send it as a. It's the way that I sent them the letter that said, "Hey, I'm not gonna pay because I can't use my apartment." They basically guarantee you that the letter will be delivered, and you get like a receipt for it.
I see.
But that doesn't happen. They didn't send their letter that way to me, so no such receipt exists. But yeah, they're just trying to strong arm me.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds about right.
And they are a huge landlord corporation. That in Germany, nobody likes them. When there's talk about like fucking, because we have a huge problem with like rent price hikes in major urban areas, and
Yep,
there is
sounds
a
about right.
federal law now to put like a halt to that, but it's a measure. It's not a very good measure. That
So
was
it could
actually
be
one of the
better.
bad things the Constitutional Court did, was that Berlin made its own law in that regard. The Constitution said, no, you can't do that because there is already a federal law regulating this matter. So you as a state cannot regulate it further. But that's they're lawyers. They're very legal.
Yeah, lawyers are very legal.
Let's
huh?
make them illegal.
Delete the
But
lawyers,
the
too.
whenever there is talk about like who were the worst people in terms of like landlords and who were the people, because there's a lot of talk about we should, the whole landlords thing, we should just like take their shit. We should, and not just we should take their shit, but like we should have the government seize their properties.
Oh yeah, that's going to totally work.
And they are that. They are the specific company where that is the case. Well, basically, the idea for that is you break those companies up and turn the properties into co-ops. Like a lot of German renting is done by renting cooperatives. Where I mean, the renters are not necessarily cooperative members, but because the housing cooperatives are as such cooperatives, usually the prices and the services and all of that shit is a lot fairer and better, and they're more flexible with people.
Oh yeah. I mean, in the Netherlands, we have a housing shortage, and then we also have landlords buying up houses to rent them out.
Yeah,
so
that's
they
a
can
huge
make more
problem
profit
here.
with them. But they're the only ones that are able to buy the houses at the higher prices that are being set due to the shortage. So
Yeah. Especially like here, a lot of people have like second homes in this city, like rich people, because it's the sailing capital of the world or some shit. And of course,
Yeah.
you need a second house in the sailing capital of the world.
Just break
Yeah.
in and just live
Yeah,
there for like
imagine.
Although to be fair, they tend to be on the eastern shore
Yeah.
of the fjord,
Yeah.
not the west, because it's more
Imagine
rural.
not having more than 2 houses.
Yeah.
Imagine having a house.
Goddamn.
Yeah, totally.
Or I said
Imagine
Well-
that
owning
right, yeah.
property. Can't relate.
It's been real, kids. I think it's actually time to quit this stream.
Mm,
Good
You
one,
think it's
Burger.
real? Prove it.
sounds like
How can you
quesadilla
be sure
time.
we've been streaming this entire time, Burger?
Prove it. Take a poop
Yeah.
in front of us.
It says so on my thing.
Damn it.
Good enough.
Boom.
I mean,
boom goes the dynamite.
Disproven.
but your computer sucks.
Ye-
So.
I
That
mean, I
is
feel
true.
owned with facts and logic.
That is true. Well, in any case, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you all very much for
Good
watching.
night.
And I will
No,
see you
you.
around, cunts.
Yeah.
I did it.